Hello everybody and welcome to the Volpower YouTube channel. I'm Francesca from the APIS Institute, the Volpower organization in Slovenia. And you're watching the second live conversation with the Volpower partner organizations. So 2 weeks ago, we had the pleasure to have with us Eva from the Institute for Development and International Relations in Zagreb, Croatia. And today we are hosting the members of the lead organization for Volpower, that is the Glasgow Caledonian University. So here with me, there are from Glasgow, Marcus Nicolson, Fiona Reid, and Fiona Skillen. Hello.
Hi.
Morning.
Morning.
Hi, everyone.
So I will leave you the floor to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fiona Skillen, and I'm a lecturer here at GCU, and I am the co-principal investigator for the Volpower project.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fiona Reid. I'm the co-principal investigator for the project, and I'm a lecturer in sports and events management here at GCU.
Hi, I'm Marcus Nicolson, and I'm a PhD student here at GCU, and I'm also the project manager for the Volpower project.
So would you tell us how you got involved with the project with Volpower?
Well, when I was living in Finland for 4 years before I came to start this project, and while I was there, I volunteered in a local sports club for asylum seekers in the city centre of Helsinki. And then I later began working in an NGO where we were providing sports activities to children in various neighbourhoods around the city as well. That led to my master's study and my master's thesis, which was about sport for inclusion policies in Helsinki. And then upon finishing my master's, I was looking for PhD opportunities, and I found an opportunity here at GCU. And soon after, the Volpower project was due to launch, and I was lucky enough to find a job within that. And my study is closely related also to my work as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my involvement came about because I had been researching in sport and more recently had started working with Fiona Reid, looking at volunteer experiences around golf events. And that then led to conversations with other colleagues across our school, including Professor Umut Korku, who is the leader of the Volpower project.
Yeah, and volunteering in sport is something I've been involved with for more than 30 years personally, and as well as being able to research volunteering, I'm also very passionate about the idea of being a volunteer and what that can offer to the community.
So you already started mentioning volunteering in sports, and we know that Volpower explores how volunteering contributes to integration, and it does so by investigating two particular fields, which are volunteering in sports and volunteering in creative arts and culture. So would you tell us more about it? What does volunteering in sports and what does volunteering in creative arts and culture mean?
Yeah, so I think we realise as academics that creative arts and sports are two contexts that give volunteers an opportunity to develop some of the skills that they might need and the confidence they might need to interact with others, to develop the networks they might want to have, to gain the chance for opportunities for qualifications, perhaps to develop their careers. So both the arts and sports provide those contexts that can allow the volunteers to go forwards, I think.
Yeah, and I think that we're using volunteering as one method which promotes interaction between these different groups. So really we're looking to promote everyday interactions between these different groups, which can lead to the empowerment of the individuals themselves.
So who are the participants of Volpower that you're looking for?
You go. So we're looking for really two, I guess, categories, for want of a better word. We're looking for people who are EU nationals, but also people who are third country nationals. And third country nationals is basically anyone who isn't an EU national. But it's really important that these people are young. They are within the age range of 18 to 26. And that they are willing to volunteer for the duration of our project, which is 2 years, regular volunteering. So that can be going once a week, or it might be going, for a whole week to participate in an event, and then having a little break, and then going back and participating in another event. But they have to engage in regular volunteering, either within sports or within arts, and have an enthusiasm for joining in and wanting to share their experiences of that volunteering role that they undertake.
Yeah, and we're working in Volpower, and we're working with, there's 7 partners from 7 different countries. So there will be volunteers who are based with organisations, partner organisations in those 7 different countries. And we're hoping there'll be 6 volunteers from each of those countries. So that will make a group of more than 40 volunteers who are going to be involved from a range of different countries. And obviously they'll be from the countries, the 7 different countries within Europe, but then also it could be a range of different countries outside of Europe for those who are the third country nationals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also here in Glasgow, in this setting, we're looking at volunteers who are working in sports organisations, but those are not only people who are coaches or helping to run the sessions, but they can be in any role that's helping to support those organisations. So any facilitating role that helps these sports clubs operate, we're interested in promoting those volunteers and working with them.
Yeah, and I guess that's the final thing, is 3 of our partner organisations or 3 of our partner countries are looking at sports, and 4 of the partner countries are focusing on the creative arts. So there's a mixture of those 2 settings, but only 1 setting per country.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. And you already started speaking about international events. And the first one of these 4 international events is coming really soon. So would you tell us what it consists in?
So our first international volunteering event is going to be in Zagreb. And there we're looking to gather the 42 volunteers from all the different countries together, and just have a chance to get to know one another and to develop both our intercultural skills and also digital skills. And that will enable all of us and all the volunteers to tell their stories during the duration of the project. And that's going to be important at the end, because we'll be doing an exhibition and a documentary, and the stories of the volunteers will be making up that.
Yeah.
And what is the role of the Glasgow Caledonian University in the organization of the training?
So we're leading the training, which means we are pulling together the practicalities of where it will be and when it will be and what time dinner is going to be and what dinner is going to consist of. But we're also working with our partners in Croatia as well to facilitate that. And we will also be working out what the content of that training is going to be. So our sessions, we will break each of our days down into sessions and focus on different skills and different events and different exchanges, so that it'll be fun and interactive, and so that our volunteers have a really good experience when they're with us for the full week in Zagreb.
Yeah, and I mean, they will also get a chance to see a little bit of Zagreb, and particularly where we're hosting the event in Zagreb is near the mountains. So we're hoping that there'll be a chance for experiencing the outdoors as well as the city. So that should be a good opportunity for everyone.
So as you're having a really important role in defining the content and the focus of the training, would you tell us what is it about?
So I think one of the most important things that the Volpower project is doing is looking to empower the volunteers that are part of that. So a big section of the training or the event that we're doing will be to work on how and who with our volunteers can interact in order to get that empowerment. So whether that's they deciding what stories to tell, whether they're learning a bit differently about how to project those stories, understanding other people so they can tell each other's stories, those will all contribute to the empowering nature of this activity and this international event that they're doing. So that's one of the things that we think is really important, is that some of that some of the experience will lead to those volunteers being much more forceful or confident themselves in taking things forward.
Yeah, I think that for some of the volunteers who might not have had much experience, international experience, then coming to this event and meeting people from all over the world and working together on their projects together is going to be something really important for the Volpower project.
Yeah, good point.
And what about the activities that will take place? Would you reveal the schedule?
So we're holding those activities quite close to our chest just now. I'm afraid you'll need to be there to experience those activities. So anyone who's watching this channel, please, get in touch with your local organisations and get in touch with us, and we'll love to share our event with you when you're there.
But what we can see is that the volunteers will arrive on Monday, which is the 10th of June, and we'll have an exciting event to launch our meeting on the Monday evening. Yeah. And then the Tuesday, the Wednesday and the Thursday is where we'll do a lot of our activities and our intercultural exchanges and visiting some of the outdoor spaces and hopefully having a trip in to see some of Zagreb as well. And then the Friday morning will be our farewells, when the volunteers will all go back to their home countries and their own organisations, and hopefully impart with the organisations they're working with all the exciting activities that we've done and the knowledge that we've all transferred to one another.
Yeah. And I think that we just want the event to be as fun as possible as well, because we really appreciate all the volunteers for collaborating with us, for being involved with the project, and we hope that they would be continue to be involved for the next 16 months of the project, at the end of 2020. And that we can maintain strong communication so that they can tell us what they've been learning while they go about their volunteering, and the kind of experiences that they've gone through over these 16 months.
Yeah, and I think that's, when the volunteers leave the event in Zagreb, they're not waving goodbye to us forever. We will be wanting to keep in contact, and that's partly why the digital skills that we'll be working on will be so important, so that we can keep in good communication with each other over the time.
Also because the volunteers are gonna meet each other again.
Yes, there will be opportunities for them to meet at some of our future events, but also, as Fiona says, virtually there will be events online for them to meet and exchange information, and probably locally within the individual countries as well. The individuals will meet up. So our volunteers, although we have 6 from each of our partner countries, we won't necessarily have 6 volunteers in one organisation. So they may be working in different parts of the city or country depending on their particular circumstance. So they will have regional events as well. So there will be lots of opportunities for our volunteers to meet each other and to meet international partners as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think, Francesca, you were maybe alluding to future opportunities to travel internationally, and some of the volunteers will get together again to perhaps look at setting up this exhibition, contributing to curating that exhibition, and also maybe looking forwards to developing their mentoring skills to work with other more volunteers in the future, and that's scheduled for 16 months time, I think, or 15 months time. So that will happen. But in the meantime, at our Vol hubs, certainly in Glasgow, we would intend to bring our volunteers together for other activities.
Okay, great. And looking more in depth into the skills that they're going to learn. So what are these skills and how do you foresee that they're going to be relevant for them during the duration of the project?
Well, I think the first thing is that we recognise that all of the volunteers are going to bring their own skills that they already have to this event. And at the moment, we're maybe not entirely sure what skills each individual will be able to bring. But the main thing is that we want to enable people to use those skills to communicate with each other and with those from different cultures and different backgrounds. So I think rather than a specific skill, it's going to be more about that communication and working together that we'll be taking home.
Yeah, so I think broadly speaking, the kinds of skills will be kind of intercultural understanding, and also communication skills, as well as kind of soft media skills, which we know that, as Fiona said, some of our volunteers might come and be very, very well versed in digital skills, digital media, but we want to make sure everybody has that experience and understanding. So we'll be doing a little bit of that, and we'll all be learning from one another, I think, in that particular area.
Yeah, and one of the reasons that we're focusing on those digital skills is so that we can also present throughout the lifespan of the project, that the volunteers themselves can present what they're learning, what they're doing while they're volunteering through digital medias, and we can then share that publicly, so that it becomes a public experience and we're more engaged with the wider community as well.
Yeah, and that whole public persona should assist the empowerment of the volunteers that we mentioned, because they're able to share something positive that they're obviously doing with their communities. So that will contribute in. Yeah,
it's really important, and it's a thread that runs through Volpower, that we want to empower our volunteers. We don't want to speak for them. We want their voice to be very clear and to resonate. So that's part of this event, is to help them to understand that what they have to say has value and worth, and that we want to hear it and that the public want to hear that. So helping them to facilitate that process is absolutely fundamental to this particular event we're organising.
Yeah.
So I thank you very much for offering us these insights into the event that we remind is going to take place from the 10th to the 14th of June in Skillen, just outside of Zagreb in Croatia.
Yeah.
So subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about Volpower, to learn more about the event, and you can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and you can visit our website volpower.eu. Thank you for watching us. Thank you again, Marcus, Fiona, Reid, and Fiona Skillen for being with us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
So from Ljubljana and Glasgow, this is all. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.